I'm Sota.
I'm Yuta. I'm Yuta.
And this is another video with Rupa Sensei, Mike, and Sunao.
Yeah!
So this is part 2 of our collaboration with them. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, you should better check it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so today we're going to use gachagacha and it's going to be really cool. So let's get into the video.
Yeah!
We are back!
Yeah, we're back! And all the snacks are gone.
All of them, we ate them all,
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you might know, like all 3 of these people here are like content creators for like Japanese people, right? In Japan.
Right.
A mix.
English teachers.
Yeah. So like I want you to tell us what do you think about like the English level of Japanese people? Like how high do you think is the level of English of Japanese people?
So
Good question.
I think personally, Japanese level is actually pretty good, but because they're shy, they don't speak. So when you first meet a Japanese person, you assume their level is low, but actually their level is higher than they lead on because they don't want to make a mistake. So there's a difference between speaking incorrect English and not speaking at all. I'd rather someone speak incorrect English than not speak, because if you don't speak, I just assume that you don't speak anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Especially when I was a teacher, a lot of my students could read like pretty high level stuff, and then when they were writing, if they had time to think about it and think about their words, they could actually write some pretty high level stuff. But it's just they don't have the communication skills and they don't have the practice speaking.
I'll retract that. They have the communication skills, but their communicating style is different than our communicating
Right,
style.
right. Because to communicate in English and to communicate in Japanese is completely
very
different.
Yeah.
We have to learn language also, like communication
Yeah,
skills,
yeah.
because it's different from your
Different.
country.
Not that their communication skills bad, because I used to say that too, and it's a mistake. It's that their way of communicating is very different than ours. So it seems like it's bad, but in reality, they're just communicating English, right, in Japanese style, which is very different. So
Like what I mean is like you can't translate it directly and then be like, eto, my name is, I am a, you can't translate it like that. You got to develop like what you boys did, develop an English brain, which you can't do that through the textbooks and the jukken benkyo. So you got to do like what you boys did and then learn through like input and learn naturally.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it might not sound natural.
Yeah.
Because it might be correct English, but it's totally in a different like style or
But even natural is a very difficult concept, because how Rupa naturally speaks compared to how I naturally speak compared to somebody else is very different. So the word natural speaker is very, very different, because I made one mistake. I remember, I never forgot this. I was a teacher and this girl came in. She had a very heavy accent, like she lived in
Where is she
Dominican.
from? Jamaican?
No, that's the whole thing. She was like, I thought she was Dominican like I am, and it sounded like she just came to America and learned English, right? And then I was like, oh, how long you been in America? And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, huh? How long have you been in America? She's like, all my life. I was born here. And I was like, what? And I don't remember if she learned Spanish at home. I mean, learned English at home, or she went to Dominican Republic and came back. But I made that mistake to assume that she wasn't born in America. Because she had a heavy accent.
Right.
But actually she was born and raised in America.
Oh,
New York,
so
the same
that-
city as you?
Yeah. Which
So
is
that
why.
means it depends on the perspective.
Yeah, you have
Exactly.
to, yeah. So native is a very, I think non-natives use that term more than natives use that
exactly. The first time I heard the term like native speaker was
here,
when I first
yeah.
came to Japan.
I never say I want to speak like a native Japanese person. I just say I want to speak Japanese. That's what I really care about.
We always say like you speak like a native speaker.
Yeah, it's a and we start saying it too because you hear it all the time, so you start using the word. But I never use that. In America, I never use native, non-native.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe like fluent or like
It
not
was like fluent, like
or-
peta maybe.
Even that I didn't use. Like
Okay.
it wasn't a topic, a conversation. It wasn't a topic you would, at least in New York, we didn't ever.
Yeah.
Nah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so like that was the one question that we wanted to ask you before we went to the gacha.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah,
Gacha,
so this is the
gacha.
gacha.
Big ball.
100 yen. Who's got the 100 yen?
This big ball.
Oh,
coins.
Mr. Moneyman.
Mr. Nani.
Future doctor.
It's on him.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna use this and pick a theme for what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
Sounds great.
let's
Sounds
do
great.
it.
The money's on Soda's tree.
Soda's treat.
Soda's
I'm
tree.
getting treated by a 13-year-old.
Give me one.
I'm gonna start.
Gachagacha.
So, here we go.
What's the topic?
And there's a slip of paper in here.
Okay. Let's open it up. Need help, champ? All good? Why did you start YouTube? Good
Yeah,
question.
Why did you start YouTube? Yeah, so why did you start YouTube?
So just like I said in Mike's short video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to like communicate with like people overseas, like through comments and messages, right? And to do that, I thought like I should make content for people, and so that people could enjoy it and they'd be interested in me and they'd send us messages. How about you guys? Why did you start YouTube?
Oh, why did I start YouTube? Well, actually, originally I was on Instagram. So I used to post a 1 minute, 30-second video on Instagram every single day. I did that for 650 days, and I gave it up around like 30,000 on Instagram. And then everyone was like, oh, Rupa sensei, why don't you start YouTube? So I was like, oh, okay, let's start. And at the start, you know, I was posting, just getting like a couple views, you know, it was like me, my mom, my friends. And then one day it started to get like 7 people and then 20 people. I'm like, wow,
Is that
wow,
Instagram?
wow.
On Instagram?
Instagram, yeah, and then just started to gain more and more and more, and it's like, wow. So that became really fun. And then why I kind of continued it, or why I started, was mainly because I was running an English business and I wanted a way to promote it. It's basically simply. And then at one stage, the videos took off more than the actual businesses were going. So it's like, oh, let's go all in on this. Yeah, and then that went good. And it's been 7 years so far.
How long have you been on YouTube?
YouTube, 5 years.
5 years.
For better or for worse.
Yeah,
For better or for worse. Yeah.
5 years, 500,000 subscribers.
There you go.
Oh.
But it's like the first year was like 1,000 subscribers. And the second year, you know, it doesn't go up like this. It goes up like this.
Doesn't. It definitely doesn't. It's still a long
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now?
I don't know, I just wanted to do something creative. The first, I post videos on YouTube, but it doesn't get any views. So I got a little bit, I need attention from people to keep doing something.
Yeah, we know.
Because like, talking to camera and nobody watches, like,
Yeah,
you get
it
like,
gets down, you
yeah,
get down,
you
yeah.
lose
You get
motivation.
depressed.
And it takes a long time to edit
So
as well.
I changed my strategy to like making short videos, then I post on TikTok, then I got attention.
Yeah, he's happy.
The way you said it.
Like my third video, it got like 200,000 views.
Holy
I
moly.
was like,
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
my generation, no, my era, like that.
Yeah. So now it's
Yeah,
time.
since then I keep posting. Then I wanted to also make money from what I like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I started.
Yeah, for me, I was trying to think of why I started it. I don't really remember, but when I first started, like, I'm the oldest one out of everybody. So I remember YouTube when YouTube was like, when someone said, "Oh, check out YouTube," and I was like, "What's that?" Like, I've been using YouTube since it started. So when I remember when someone said, "Oh, Google it," and I was laughing at the guy who told me. He was like, "You don't know," because web crawler was the. It's like, "Oh, you have to Google it." So I've been using YouTube for years, and it wasn't really until I came to Japan that I got really heavy on YouTube. I guess that's when YouTube got really popular 11 years ago, but. Like I started really using it heavily because like I missed home, so like I started watching stuff, and then I remember I used to watch these guys called J bloggers and then workout people, Rupa knows who talk about it, and I was like, I'm cooler than them. These guys can do, So I started doing like workout stuff, and it didn't really pop, but I was like how Sunao said, like I was super creative, and I was just happy with like 2 or 3 views. Like I thought it was just really wild.
Yeah.
And then one of my cousins was like, I don't know why we started talking. He was like, "Oh, we don't talk to girls the way we do anymore. You gotta use Instagram." And I was like, "What's that?" And then I was in that for photography. He's like, "No, it's like a social media platform." So I got on that and I started using it. And actually, I started a business, and one of the first Instagrams I saw was Rupa. Rupa had like 2,000 followers, and I messaged Rupa, and I was like, "How'd you get 2,000 followers?" I thought it was a lot. And he was like, "Consistency." And I was like, what a jerk. That's what he said. Consistency. That's what he said. And then, but his words, like, I really wanted to, like, show him like, oh, you didn't help me? Don't worry, you'll see that I'll become famous. But he knows the story, and he posted 500 days or whatever that time.
650, yeah.
So I posted 160 days every day. And this is like old school editing.
Yeah.
Like,
So we.
edited, like I had to edit, like I was there hours and hours and hours. Cause
Now it's
like,
easier. You get like the full thing
Yeah,
on your
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
We had to like.
we had to do swipe like content,
Yeah.
6 swipes, like, and that's how I started. It was because but he was the first person that I was like, I'm gonna show him, and then we became best friends, which is really funny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like Goku and Vegeta start off as enemies, rivals, and then slowly become friends.
They are now still Huge jump!
This is like a totally different era.
Yeah, that's
you-
like awesome. Yeah.
It's wild because I would say you guys are after my era, but
Mm.
when Google first came out, it was totally different.
Yeah.
Like Google,
Yeah.
someone said Google. I remember I was 14. I think I was your age, 14, 15, and someone said, oh, just use Google. And I laughed. I was like, what's that? You don't know the internet. Web crawler
Ask
was,
Jeeves.
yeah, I was that was my era. I'm almost 40, so I knew Ask Jeeves.
Oh, so you're a
Duck.
millennial?
Yeah, yes, what I'm called this. So, like, I knew YouTube before
Millennium,
YouTube even
yeah.
paid money. I remember the first YouTube videos I saw it. The first viral YouTube video was the cats one.
And the Stevie
You see that?
Panda?
Oh yeah, like
or
Yeah.
the bite my finger.
Ah.
Johnny, bite my finger. Like those were viral clips, and there was like 1 million, and that was
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
blowing. I knew when I know YouTube for such a long time that YouTube didn't even go over 1 billion, and they had to restart YouTube because the numbers got so high that they couldn't keep up.
Damn.
That's how long I've been using YouTube. But I don't really post like that. But now
There you go.
that's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
but just don't
The
give
history
up.
of
It takes
YouTube.
time.
Yeah.
It takes time to grow.
Next card, do you want to go?
Yeah.
Next.
I want
Next
to
Gachapon.
You wanna do it?
No, you.
No, you.
Go ahead. I want you to do it.
do
Why don't we do
You
it together? Come on.
No, you take it.
Let's go.
I
I thought this was supposed to be together.
Solo.
You
Adventure.
just go there. Yeah.
It's just like a kid. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
help
yeah.
me. Why are you helping me? There's no help.
I think you open it.
What's
Hey.
inside? What's inside? What's inside? Tell me.
It's my card.
It's my turn.
Wait, can you read?
Hey,
All right, here.
Yeah, try it.
Go
Try it.
ahead. What does it say?
Okay.
What does it say? Read it.
Dun, dun, dun.
What was your dream when you were a kid?
Oh, I know. My dream was I wanted to be a computer programmer. Program video games.
Yeah.
So that's what I do as a hobby, program video games.
What were your
Oh.
favorite video games growing up?
Ooh, man, you gotta say what era. It's
That-
totally, every era. Super Nintendo was like Mario
Mario?
Kart. Yeah, you know it. You know Final Fantasy 3.
Oh.
PlayStation 1 was Metal Gear Solid. PlayStation 2, Ridge Racer. And then that's when I really
Need for
Nintendo
Speed.
64 was WCW vs NWO. Man, I played a lot of video games.
Yeah.
But that was my dream.
Yeah.
That's still in my heart. So after this YouTube thing takes off, you'll see.
All right.
It's gonna be a game.
Oh, Mike's games.
How long are you trying to live?
You. So now you know me.
Let's go.
You put it. Here's an advice. You put your dream in your pocket, and when people deny you, you just keep taking it out and
Yeah,
looking at
look
your
at
dream,
it.
and you put it back.
And you take a photo of
You
all your
it might
haters.
take a day. It might take a day. Look at it.
There you go. Yeah, what about you, Sunao? Dream when you were a kid.
Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But you,
because I was brain controlled by my dad.
Oh, yeah?
You're
yeah, he was telling me all the time, you're gonna go to this high school, and then you're gonna go to this university, and you're gonna be a doctor. Then you make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Then
And
I
you
got like,
ended up being a YouTuber.
yeah.
He's gonna be a doctor on TV.
Yeah.
On TV.
I don't know. After YouTube, maybe I'm gonna be the doctor.
Yeah.
I see it happen.
Who knows?
There you go. And for
How about
me,
you? Yeah.
well, not really when I was a kid, but when I was about 12, 13, I started playing this game, so similar to you. But it was a card game called Magic the Gathering.
Do you know
Oh, I
that?
know that.
You know Magic the Gathering?
He's a number one.
Yeah, not number one, but
He's a pro.
I played it for about 3 years, and then I got really good at it. It was every weekend I was going to tournaments, and I was playing online and talking to the best players in my country. And I was reading all the strategy articles, and I got to like a semi-professional level, where I was traveling to like Singapore, all the tournaments in Australia, and we started making money. Because at the time, when I was almost your age, 14, I was also working part-time at Subway.
Subway.
So making sandwiches, yeah?
He's 13.
13, yeah, when I was 14. Yeah. I said when I was about your age. About, hey.
Next year, can I work at Subway?
Yeah, come on, I'll
I
show
think
you
that's
the
illegal.
one.
I'll show you.
You can in Australia. Yeah, but my salary was about $6.50 in 1 hour. And then I went to Singapore, I played this card game.
No.
Yeah, it's like 600 yen.
Even he knows.
Yeah. And then
An hour.
in one weekend, I made $3,000 playing a game that I like. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be working a job anymore. So from that day, my dream was to become professional and continue that card game.
So,
What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be a panda.
Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Not really decided.
He hasn't decided yet.
All right, next one.
Okay.
Let's do the
Last
gacha.
one?
Rupa, sensei, you wanted to go?
All right, let's do it. It's gonna be
I
a
didn't
lucky
even
one.
go.
What the hell?
Going through. And then system around. Oi, it's here.
I read it.
You gonna read it?
No, I'll read it. No,
Okay.
I read it.
Name a buddy over here. How do you open these things? Oh, there you go.
I read it.
You wanna read it out?
Okay, the next one I
Do you have any advice for us kids as an adult?
Oh. Oh yeah, let's show the camera.
Life.
Let's start with Sunao this time.
Yeah, that's
Life advice.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun, like playing around as a kid. As a kid. So yeah, don't study hard because you're gonna study in the future anyway to make
yeah.
money.
True.
Yeah. So I would say just have fun as much as you can.
Enjoy your youth.
Yeah, enjoy
right?
your life. Yeah,
Enjoy your youth.
youth. Yeah, definitely. Because you're gonna be busy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, my advice, you gotta keep brushing your teeth, guys. At least twice a day,
He's
you
not
know?
lying, that's
Sometimes
important.
6 times a day. Because when you get to the adult and you start paying your own dentist bills, stuff gets
so
expensive.
funny. Yeah.
It's like thousands of dollars
Yeah, that's
to get
true.
your
I
teeth
didn't
fixed.
know.
I mean, in
dentists
Japan,
were
it's
like
not that
that.
expensive. Bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
but
feel like 2,000 yen to ka.
2,000 yen?
When I go there.
Oh,
To
I'm
clean
a
my
big
teeth.
fan.
No, not to clean. To
No, to clean, to get like cavities fixed and get like
It's pretty
fills.
I never got a cavities.
It's
Oh,
expensive. Even in Japan.
Yeah, it's good advice then. Yeah, so make it sure to keep your teeth clean. And when you get older, you got a nice smile like Rupa Sensei, or the girls will be like, oh, what
He's not lying.
Yeah. The girls,
I
girls
didn't
like a
know,
nice.
like when I was really small, I didn't know dentists were optional.
Oh.
I thought they just summoned you.
Yeah.
No. If you don't go, there's a lot of people who don't go.
Yeah,
So,
but you have to go there.
so keep your teeth clean, boys. You're gonna get a lot of girls when you're older, you know.
I like that advice.
How about you, Mike?
Big Mike. There's so much advice. I think the one thing that I learned as a kid that's helped me through life was accepting failure. So one of the things that's very difficult, I think, in Japan is like they teach the children, don't try if it's not perfect. But in America, we're taught, just showing up is half the battle.
Yeah, I mean like
So,
that's
the first step. The
different
first step.
from Japanese culture.
Him and Sunao and I always
Yeah,
argue
yeah,
about
yeah.
a lot of stuff, but like I try everything. Like even if I'm not ready, even if I haven't practiced, even if like I have no skill, I'll show up. I'll be there, and it's won me a lot in my life. So just try and don't be scared to fail because
Then you're gonna be confident.
I think you're never really confident. I think that's something we try to be.
Right.
But like even us in front of the camera, we still get nervous and we still get nervous a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
confidence is, I don't know, but just try. You don't have to be confident to try.
Yeah.
You just got to give it a shot. So I would say that do that your whole life and you will succeed.
Yeah, 100%. And if there's something that you want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the big message of everything that we said. If there's something that you're interested in, you're gonna regret not doing it later,
Yeah,
And
regret
it's-
weighs heavier than failure.
Yeah, you'd much rather be when you get older, be like, oh,
Remember
I
that? when
tried
we
that,
tried?
yeah, but it
It's a
didn't
good
work
story.
out, but at least it was fun.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, I wish I did that when I was a kid.
And
you
it's
know?
amazing how a
Yeah.
very negative story in your life will seem funny in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Yeah,
seems
true that.
so
So, yeah,
funny
yeah, yeah.
after the fact. Something that you thought would break your heart and then you'll laugh about it later.
Yeah.
It's wild. what
Yeah.
time, how time heals wounds.
So just experience
Just
as
try
much
it.
as you can.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have interesting stories when you get older.
I
you know?
didn't have this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had three
Definitely.
drunken guys that my father would
Yeah.
bring his friends from the corner.
Yeah.
So keep at it. You're
Keep
doing
at
good.
it. You're on the right path.
Okay, so the last question, not from the gachagacha.
Okay.
Okay.
So the last question is, what is your goal, like through YouTube, as the Eikawa Heroes?
Our group, man. So we
Oh.
are for the people in the same group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
With
called
Stu?
Hero Eikawa. Yeah.
Slim Rich Stu.
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
here in
yeah,
spirit
he's,
today.
Here.
I think there's a very famous quote that I heard recently. It was like, to get to a destination by yourself, you get there. What is it? Alone faster, together further. So
Exactly.
one of the things that I preach since I've always been together is like do stuff as a family. Like my family is very close knit. We fight a lot, but we're very very close and we have each other's back. And I think one of the hardest things that I think people who travel here to Japan miss their family. So I miss having my boys. You know, like the friendship that I've had. You know, same as you. You have like very very strong friendship, and I didn't have that in Japan. I had other people, but like what I have with them, I've always wanted. So for me, Eikawa Heroes is like, at least for me, it's a team of people I can rely on, trust. Not only we do stuff for work, but we do stuff in private together. So for Eikawa Heroes, I hope that we just keep working together.
Yeah.
Where there's gonna be bumps along the road, but we're going the same path, in the same direction, in the same car. Together.
And Mike, you say work, but to me it doesn't even feel like work.
At all.
Like
Yeah,
we
it's
just
fun
show
as
up
hell.
at Mike's
Hang
school
it,
and then we
yeah,
just
yeah.
crack
Hang
up with
out.
some
Yeah,
drinks,
yeah,
have
yeah.
some, we pretty much talk a bunch of junk for about 3.5 hours and
It's
film
super
for
fun.
30 minutes.
It's
So
super
yeah,
fun.
it's so super fun.
Yeah,
And it's nice having that like chill thing outside of all our stressful
yeah.
jobs that we
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
you know?
the
So
camaraderie that we
We
Yeah.
always talk about that because like our main purpose is not like
Business
yeah,
or
not
something
business
like that.
because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
our main purpose is us together. always.
Yeah,
and
So
it's
then
so
having
cool
fun,
that we're actually doing the same thing together. But the main
Exactly.
thing is just us. Like you know, you guys do stuff together. You don't see
Yeah.
how important it is to have you three
that
together.
team, yeah.
And you're still young enough that you still have that love for each other. You're still together, you know. But when you content create, it's a very lonely thing.
Exactly,
It's a
yeah,
very-
yeah,
You
yeah.
have to record, then you have to sit in front of the computer, and you have to do everything by yourself. And the fact that you guys have each other, is so you guys have a team already. You guys have a Eikawa Heroes already.
Yeah, you got the SIR heroes.
Yeah, you gotta trust each other, you know, and
keep working together.
and keep working. Everybody has their own separate skill, and you have to trust, and it will develop, and it'll be tough sometimes, but together is the
Ride
best way.
the roller
It's
coaster.
really hard to keep making content.
Yeah.
I know that because I was doing it for 1.5 years before meeting him. It's really lonely.
I've been doing
and,
6.
it's
But
hard.
You've been doing it how long? I've been
Yeah,
doing
about
content
6
Yeah,
years.
6
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Suffering?
It's
Yeah,
not
not
suffering,
suffering.
but it's
I was
tough.
enjoying it, but it's tough.
An important thing is, so, you know, a lot of people they'll watch the YouTube and it looks so fun because they see like the perfectly edited videos
Yes.
and they see the perfectly edited versions. But there's a lot of times when we're just sitting behind the computer and
Figuring
putting in
it
the
out.
work
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then stressing over some things in there. But but that's part of the whole fun of it. You know,
yeah.
without the downs, you would never appreciate the
Yeah.
ups. So that's a really important
Yeah.
thing. Another piece of advice. Yeah.
Such great words.
It's not always gonna be fun. Sometimes it's gonna be a bit boring. Sometimes you're not gonna like it, but that's what makes everything fun. You know?
Yeah, and then do it because you like doing it, not because you know you.
But even if you like it, that you have to sometimes devote your time. Like, you
Yeah.
have to sometimes sacrifice.
Yeah. ちょっと我慢する。
Yeah, if you love that job,
Mm.
sometimes you got hard for it, but you have to get over it.
Yeah, any job, any dream job is always gonna have boring parts.
Mm.
Even you're a doctor, there's gonna be some
Yeah.
things, like paperwork things, and all the studying that you're not gonna like all the time. If you want to be a YouTuber, there's a lot of the back end stuff and meetings, that we don't even like
But
sometimes.
it's like for them, it's like school. Like you,
Yeah.
when you grow up, you realize how much of life is exactly like school.
Mm.
You gotta show up at the same time. You gotta work with different people. You gotta learn. You gotta execute, and then you have to do it every day.
Yeah.
The only difference is that I can't wake up and say I'm sick today. I'm gonna stay home. It's very different. That's like
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah,
those
that's-
days. Like, oh, I'm gonna go and play
video games.
all day.
I'm sick. I don't want to go. I go
Yeah.
to school.
I don't want to go to school.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Good questions, guys. Good questions.
What do you think, Stu?
Yeah, Stu? Oh, great advice. Great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice. Mr.
Well-
Stu. That's why he's so slim and rich and
Yeah.
handsome. Yeah.
That's why, definitely.
We gotta close it out.
Yeah, so check their accounts too, like Instagram and YouTube, like Eikawa Heroes and Sunao, Rupa Sensei, and Mike.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Stu.
And Stu, yeah.
Slim,
We
very
might give him a link. Yeah.
Subscribe and like to all channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
And definitely check all of them out. Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. Bye guys!
Bye.
Bye.
See you later, guys. Take care.
Peace.